Welcome back to another episode of Organizing Tune-Ups with your host, Jessica Littman, the Organized Mama, where we are breaking down big organizing concepts into small, bite-sized chunks you can do in your home every day for 5 to 15 minutes. And this one is all about the full clean-out method for your storage area. How many of you have a pile of clutter in your storage area? I know we do, and we moved and we decluttered stuff, and we still have a ton of clutter in our storage area. I need to go through it, so I'm going to be taking my own advice and following these exact steps, and I want you to do the same. So I know that this is a big project. I know that this is not a quick thing. This is not going to be a one-day deal. When you do a giant clean out of any large space in your house, you need to prep for some time. This could be a weekend project. This could be a day or two off of work. This needs to be some time where you are able to truly focus and get the work done. So first, you are going to gather all your storage items and remove them from your storage area if you can. I know not always you can't always do that, but if you can, try to remove a lot of the smaller things so you have room to sort them. That's the big picture. We want to be able to sort things. I once had a client, she had a really old Chicago home, and we weren't able to move things. We were able to move some of the bins upstairs, but a lot of the big pieces that were in our storage space just had to stay there. But by removing the bins, we allowed ourselves space. So just try to give yourself some space in some way to start to sort items in your storage area. Once you've kind of cleaned the area and you have some space to start sorting, you're going to group items together based on a lot of different things. If it's for holidays, if it's for seasons, a lot of times, we might have seasonal decor that we use. So group all seasonal decor together. Again, if you have the space, sort them out by season or how you use that decor. If you have storage items, we have some organizing bins and baskets that are stored in our storage area that I need to go through and decide which ones we're going to keep, which ones we're not going to keep. So group all of those together. Also group any sort of sentimental items, pictures, that kind of thing. Group all of those together. Group any items that you want to make a memory bin or basket for your kiddos, for yourself, pictures. Group everything based on what it is. And I like grouping first in storage areas because when you group those particular items together, it's going to make it easier to decide what you want to keep and what you can declutter, get rid of, throw away, donate, sell. When you're able to see them all together, because really in a storage area, things are kind of all over the place. And so starting to group them all together will help focus on decluttering those particular items. Then go through the particular category. So all of your holiday decor, seasonal decor, you're going to go through all of those, decide what's staying and what's going. Then you can find containment for those. I am a big believer on containing them to 1 to 2 bins per season. I know some holiday decor items can have multiple bins. We do have 2 Halloween bins in our house because some things are just bigger, but try to minimize the number of bins you actually have for that particular decor area. It'll just streamline things for you so much easier. So then you contain those particular items together and then label them so you know what's in there. I also have a free decor inventory. It's really easy just to stick on your bin. You can get it where you're listening to this podcast and then just write down everything that's inside the container for the holiday decor, the seasonal decor. If you have items that are not seasonal and you are holding on to them, ask yourself, why are you holding on to them? What is the purpose of holding on to some of these items? Sometimes we were gifted an item, sometimes that item has some sentimental meaning, sometimes, we move and we just brought it because just in case, we didn't know if that item would work in our home or not. So ask yourself, why? Why am I not using it now? If you can't answer that question, it's probably because you don't need it and you can part with it, which is okay. I personally like to set up a garage sale or a yard sale, whatever you call it, wherever you are, and set that up, create a date for after your storage area, because most of the time with the storage area, you have a lot of things that you can kind of part with, sell, whatever. So when you set the date for your garage sale, then you're hosting your garage sale, so you have to finish the storage area by the time the garage sale comes because you already set that for yourself. So doing that will help you remove the items that you don't need, you no longer find useful. And then when you are storing items back in your storage area, set them together so all holiday decor is stored together. All of the extra organizing materials are stored together. All of the, memory boxes for each individual kid and for you are all stored together. This way, you're grouping all of those particular items together. So when you have to pull things out for holiday decor or somebody created a piece of artwork that you want to store in their memory bin, it's easy to find and you can grab it to dump the thing in, remove it, use the decorations, whatever. And it just streamlines everything for you. Now, in storage areas, you probably have paint, you probably have extra tiles and all sorts of stuff that could have either been left over with a house, left over after a renovation, left over from you don't even know where that is in your house. Happened to us multiple times. So what do you do with those? Paints. There are a lot of paint stores that will recycle your paints. So find a local paint store that will take your paints. You might have to take the paint can, dump it into another paint can. So, because sometimes they do charge, and if they charge by the number of paint cans. So just dump them all together for them to recycle. Let the paint dry inside the other one, and they can throw that paint can away or donate it somewhere. I know our children's museum in Illinois would take some of your paint cans, they clean them, and then the kids could use them to play with them. So there are places where you could also donate those. Or the local shop that's recycling the paint can also take your paint cans that are empty. I know ours does at no cost. Extra tiles and grout and kind of those random home things. What do you do with those? Great question. You can donate those to places like Restore Home. There are also local organizations that will take your old tile and then be able to repurpose them and use them. If the grout, I'm not the best with the grout and caulk and that kind of stuff. So I would look to a home improvement expert on those type of things. Typically what we've found is stuff is either hard, used up, or dried up. And so because of that, we have to throw it out. But you might be able to also donate those to some places like a Restore store or any organization that will take your items to use to repurpose them in homes or in other areas around churches. I know could also use those to kind of help as well. I know one of our churches in Chicago would take those things and then use it for their kind of sister churches, I think is what they said. So you can also do that as well. And if you are unsure of what to do with a particular item, you can look on any donation site and it will tell you what they accept. So you can, in good conscience, donate something that you know will be used by someone. So I want you to take action and organize and declutter your storage area by using the full clean out method. I'll see you in the next one.